Okay, here we are, another day, another video, maybe several videos, I don't know, maybe not. But anyway, let's see. Get some of my Diet Dr. Pepper. See, diet. Yeah. Okay, anyway, another update. Um, um, for you of my Democratic brothers and sisters, and you're scared and worried that Donald Trump said some pretty crazy and outrageous things, and you know, some things that a lot of people who are racist are going to take that and think that they have a right to be racist if they want to. Let's think about this. Let's think about this for a second. Have you people ever thought about why they are that? Why they believe in what they believe? Why they think and believe in what they believe? I bet you haven't. I bet you never have thought about it. I mean, let's see, hey, yeah, for my Viking jersey. So, yeah, number 28 for AP. Yeah, he's awesome. But he's been out for the almost all year, unfortunately. Anyway, getting back to my point. Have you thought about why people believe what they believe? When it comes to civil political discourse, there is none. There is none. There is none. We shoot our verbal missiles and drop our verbal bombs on our enemies, on people on the other side of the political spectrum. That's it. We don't give a crap about why we are different, why they believe in what they believe, why they believe what they stand for. We don't give a crap about that, folks. We don't. We don't care about understanding the other side, why they believe in this position, instead of the position we have. We don't care. We don't care. And then we wonder why are Trump supporters getting beaten up? Part of it's because I think the Democrat, I think a lot of the Democrat, well, not all Democrats, but quite a few of the Democrats haven't said crap about, hey, we need to get along, we need to agree to disagree. They need to have a right to say to the people on your side who are doing that, knock it off. Quit doing that. We need to respect their point of view just as much as they need to respect our point of view. But I don't think Obama's ever going to say that. I don't think Hillary's ever going to say that. When they do, it'll be way too late. If they do, that will come out way later than it should have. They should have already said that. They should have already talked about telling their supporters and their fellow Democrats to leave Trump supporters alone. That it's like to say, look, they are people just as much as we are. We disagree on issues, but yet they're people too. They're just people like us. They might have a different perspective than we do. They might think different than we do, but they're just the same. They're people who are different than we are. And we need to have people understand that. The last 8 years, yeah. Did I do that the last 8 years? Well, sometimes I did, and sometimes maybe I didn't. But anyway, and people who support Hillary, you can spend the next 4 years miserable and unhappy and think about how much life totally sucks, that how much it sucks to have Donald Trump as president. Or you can look at it another way and to say, hey, we are going to get out our message on why we believe what we believe. So you Democrats can do that the next 4 years. Tell everybody why that Donald Trump is wrong, why the Republicans are wrong. And maybe in 4 years things will be different. Maybe I'll be the one that'll be bummed for the next 4 years. And a lot of the things that you think are going to happen are not going to happen. Okay? If you think that a lot of people who have racist ideas are going to get, that he's going to give approval, he's going to come out and say something right away if that happens. He is going to say something right away to say, knock it off to the people who do that. Whereas Democrats, you look at black people. Black people have gone out for let's see how many years. For several years, the last several years, they've been looking for white people to beat the crap out of, just because they're white. And those people are Democrats. Those people are Obama supporters. But do you hear Obama come out and tell them to knock it off? No, you don't. He doesn't come out and condemn them for doing that. He doesn't. It's like, well, maybe he does. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong about that. But anyway, maybe he does do that. But it's not a full, knock it off. It's more like, well, it would be nice if you'd be acceptable, if you'd accept that. And it's not really a complete and full condemnation. It's more like, it's more like you, what is it? You don't completely tell them not to not do it. You just kind of, not quite condemning them. You're kind of almost giving your approval of what they're doing, which is what Obama does. That's exactly what he does. He doesn't outright come out and outright condemn what they're doing. He doesn't, tell them to knock it off. He just go, well, if We need to be more, you know. But anyway, yeah. Anyway, it's Trump said some things that were probably outrageous. And you Democrats, I understand that you Democrats are scared and worried about all the terrible things that are going to happen. But believe me, they are not going to happen. Okay? And like I said before, if a lot of people come out and think that Trump's giving them the right and approval to do that, Trump's going to come on and tell them, no, you're wrong. I didn't tell you to do that. I didn't tell you to do that at all. Trump is kind of like the middle child that gets overlooked and ignored, so they have to do things to get attention. And that's Donald Trump. That was his whole campaign. That was his whole campaign. He had to fight to get attention. The Republican establishment opposed him. The Democrat establishment opposed him. The media opposed him. Almost every step of the way, he's had to fight to get attention, to get recognition, to get people to get his message out, to be noticed. Okay? So he had to do that. He had to say crazy, a lot of crazy things that he probably never intended to be taken seriously. It reminds me of a middle child who was the middle child with her sister, only sister. And they had to do and be sometimes say, I don't know if this example I'm thinking of exactly fits, but Trump had to do a lot to be able to get attention. Yeah. And the person I'm referring to is myself. So it seemed like I had to do or say a lot of things to get attention. Just as much as Donald Trump had to. But I'm not sure that's exactly. I don't know. I had to be different. I had to be out there. So anyway, to my Democrat family and friends, don't worry. You were worried about nothing. Okay? You were worried about nothing. But on the other hand, I think it would be a lot worse. I think if Hillary had gotten elected, I think she would be a lot worse than her worst nightmares, than the worst nightmares of a lot of Republicans. I think she would, because she had to muzzle herself and her surrogates and everybody who supported her to keep what she would actually do from getting out there. Okay? And so, anyway, yeah, because I think that she would do a lot of things, she would pass she would get a lot of things that, a lot of power grabs for the president that Obama has done. She would continue that. You know, when it comes to internet, she would try to shut down every conservative, you know, publication or website or whatever she possibly could. You know, she would try to do that. She would try to grab power and try to do that. You know, and which Democrats would have supported her. But then it's like, wait a minute, what happens if Republicans are in charge then? You know, what if they have the ability to censor the internet? What if they have the ability to shut down liberal publications and, you know, liberal groups, to have the government keep an eye on them? You know, Democrats are all fine. You know, that's all hunky dory when it's Republicans that are on the short end of the stick when it comes to stuff like that. But they're not happy when Republicans are in charge and they can do it to Democrats. You know, then it's like, oh, this is terrible, this is terrible, this is terrible. You know, but where were you when it was Republicans? You know, when that was being done to Republicans, you were all in favor of that, but now you're against it because you're the one who's on the short end of the stick. You're the ones who are being abused by the presidency. You know, but when it was Republicans who were, you were all fine. You were all okay. Oh, that's great. You know, well, you can't have it both ways. You know, you're a complete and total hypocrite if you do. If you want it one way, a lot of times Democrats do. That's it. They want to be the ones in charge. They want to be the ones to decide who gets to censor certain groups and who gets to send the government after them. You know, but you were the ones that laid the groundwork for Republicans to do it when they are in charge. You know, you laid the groundwork. Hey, if Donald Trump wanted to do that, you will have nobody to blame but yourself. Okay? If Donald Trump takes the things that Obama did and applies it, you know, does that against Democrats, you only got yourself to blame for it, folks. You know, you only have, you know, because you supported it when it was against Republicans. But then now, when Republicans are in control, have the power, have the levers of Congress and the presidency, you know, in their control, then you don't like it. Well, you're the reason why. You should have thought about that. You should have thought about, well, what happens if when Republicans are in charge? Do we want the presidency to have this kind of power to be able to, you know, for him to use it however he wants to? Because when we're not in power, you know, they can use it against us. Do we want this or not? You know, if you Democrats have been thinking about it, had been thinking that, hey, you know, they can apply this against us if they want to when they're in charge, when they're in power. You know, and you should have known sometime or the other, sometime you're not going to be in power and they are. You know, did you think about that when you went along with Obama with his power grabs for the presidency? You know, you probably didn't. Why? Because you like cheating in elections and you like, you know, you like cheating at elections and skewing the results in your favor. You know, but then it comes to this last election, you know, and people are so fed up with you, the media, Hillary, Obama, all of you Democrats, you know, the Democratic elites, they were so sick and tired of all of you, they were like, I'm going to go and I'm going to vote against these guys, you know? And no amount of cheating, no amount of cheating or voter fraud would be able to overcome the will of the people, you know? And Donald Trump got a pretty big mandate, you know? So anyway, let's see, checking my phone for cool. It's a message from an ex-girlfriend. Anyway, yeah. So anyway, do you Democrats ever think about that? Do you ever think about the things that you support when there's a Democrat in control? To say, what if? What will happen when the Republicans are in charge? What will happen to us when the Republicans are in control? Or do you understand that Republicans are too nice to use the power of the presidency to brutalize you? You know, like Obama did to the Republican Party, Republicans. You know, you probably go, oh, Republicans are too nice to do that, so that won't happen. It's like, you know, so you go along with Obama brutalizing the Republican Party. Okay, that's, you know, I mean, you give them the tools. You probably don't think that, oh no, that won't happen. Republican Party won't do that. You're probably right. You know, Trump probably won't brutalize the Democratic Party like Obama did to the Republicans the last 8 years. That probably isn't going to happen. You know? But what he is going to do is actually work to build and to improve the lives of people in the inner city, of black people in the inner city. Something Obama could have done for 8 years but didn't. You know, he just basically, they'll vote for Democrats anyway. Yeah, okay, fine, go ahead, keep thinking that. You know, the Republicans are actually going to do something about it. The Republican Party has been the party against slavery and for civil rights for the last 200 years, over 100 years. You know, where have Democrats been? They've been fighting it tooth and nail until the last 50 years. You know, then when black people have got a lot of political power, you know, until black people got political power, you Democrats have been fighting that tooth and nail the whole time. You know, you've been fighting Republicans the whole time. Excuse me. But anyway. But that's what's up. You know. Yeah. And you guys still claim that you're the party of civil rights. Oh my gosh. You know. You guys are the party of lies. You guys are the party of the KKK. You know, the KKK members might not, you know. Oh man. Anyway, time is it? Ooh, it is after 1 p.m. About that. It's like, yep. Let's see what else do we have. Ooh, 25 minutes. Get this done before. Anyway, it's like if you Democrats understood history, if you studied history that is not written by the Democratic Party, then you would see that it is your party that has been the party of slavery, the party of the KKK, the party of fighting civil rights for black people, for minorities. You would see that. You will, and think about this. Think about your policies of people who are minorities today. Okay, not yesterday, today. A lot of them are racist. Okay? You guys want to take care of and babysit as many black people and get them on welfare and take care of them and feed them and take care of them, as much as possible. That's what you want to do. You think that black people are too stupid to be able to live and survive, to work on their own. You think that you have to take care of them. They don't need to be taken care of. They don't need to be taken care of. Okay? If you would just give them the opportunity that everybody else did, then you'd see them flourish. You'd see hundreds and you'd see millions of black people succeeding, having a nice place, you'd see the inner cities, renewed. You'd see new buildings going up in the inner city. You'd see new businesses opening, new companies hiring black people. You'd see a lot of that. And that is what you're afraid of. You're afraid of black people no longer needing the Democratic Party anymore to babysit them, to take care of them. Republicans have had to fight you tooth and nail this whole time. That's what you're afraid of. You're afraid of black people, minorities, no longer needing you, no longer needing to be babysat anymore, no longer to be taken care of. That's what you're afraid of. You're afraid that they won't need you, and a lot of them will vote Republican then. I predict right here now today, what day is today? November 14th, 15th, something like that. I predict today you'll see Donald Trump doing that. Okay? In the next 4 years, a lot of great things will be happening in the inner cities of America. And he will build a lot of companies. Well, no, he will create the environment for a lot of companies in the inner cities to grow, to start, and to grow, and to flourish. Okay? That'll happen. Okay? That's going to happen under Donald Trump. Did it happen under the first black U.S. president? No, it didn't happen. Why? Because he was only interested in babysitting and taking care of black people so that they could vote Democrat the rest of their lives. You know, did he truly care about them? No. Obama doesn't give a crap about the black people. You know, he doesn't give a crap about them. You know, actions speak louder than words, Democrats. You know, and you've shown by your inaction the last 50 years, since the war on poverty, since since Johnson's Great Society, you've shown you don't give a crap about black people. Okay? And Donald Trump, who's going to help build inner cities, help rebuild the inner cities of America that have been run by Democrats all these years, I predict it's going to be because of him. Then Democratic leaders are going to come along. Oh yeah, we helped them do it. We supported them. We deserve some of the credit too. It's like, no, you don't get any credit. You don't get any credit because you were the ones who had to fight. We're fighting Republicans to keep this from happening. And that's what's going to happen. Then a lot of minorities are going to quit voting Democrat. And that's, what you have been afraid of for all these years is going to happen. Donald Trump is going to break the stranglehold of Democrats on the black vote, and you guys will be as useless as a screen door on a submarine, okay? That's going to happen. So the next time, it'll be amazing when a Democrat can win, other than crossing guard at a school, win an election that is higher than crossing guard at a school because of that. It's going to get, until you change, until you quit babysitting black people and quit looking down at them as someone that can't take care of themselves, someone who can't do the work at a job and can't provide for their families like most people on welfare. Most people you've gotten on welfare because you've destroyed the economy for black people. So anyway, oh man, it's already over 30-minute long. Anyways, yeah. So anywho, I will get this uploaded. What time is it? Oh wow. Anyway, get this uploaded, and if you're a Viking fan, you might or might not already know that Blair Walsh was released by the Vikings. So anyway, what kicker are they gonna sign? I don't know. But we'll see. We'll see. Stay tuned, Viking fans. Get on ESPN.com to find out. But anyway, let's see. But anyway, yeah. I don't get any feedback, almost no feedback at all. Man, hardly anyone ever watches these videos anyway. Oh God. Man, come on, send these videos to other people too. That would be nice. It'd be nice if a couple hundred people would see this. A couple hundred people would go, hey, you know what? A couple hundred people would see this and think that I said something that caused them to think about it, and that they agree with me, agree with what I said, or disagree. That's fine. Either way, post your comments. Take it easy. Talk to you later. Bye.